To speak fluent English, you need to know the basics of how to use an English dictionary. And to do that effectively, you need to know a few grammar terms. I'm gonna explain 20 of them. Let's see how many of them you already know. Hey, my fellow English learner, you're watching Fluent English with Lady Giraffe. I'm Olga, and we're gonna start with nouns. A noun refers to a person, animal, or thing. Basically, the part of speech is the first thing you notice when you're looking up a word in a dictionary. And depending on the part of speech, you may need to pay attention to different grammar terms. For example, if the word is a noun, it can be either countable or uncountable. In the Cambridge Learner's Dictionary, it's just C or U. Countable nouns can be counted. 1 cake, 2 cakes, 3 cakes. Uncountable nouns can't. Why does it matter? Because you want to use articles correctly. We usually use articles with countable nouns and don't use them with uncountable nouns. Nouns can also be singular or plural. Singular means one and plural means more than one. We always need to use an indefinite article with countable singular nouns, like a piece of cake. Next are the verbs. A verb refers to an action, event, or state. Verbs can be transitive and intransitive. In the Cambridge Learner's Dictionary, it's just T or I. What does it mean? Transitive verbs need an object and intransitive don't. For example, bake can be both transitive and intransitive. You can bake a cake. The cake is the object in this case and is affected by the action of the verb. So bake is transitive here. But if somebody is asking you, what are you doing? You can answer, I'm baking. Baking is intransitive in this context. You don't need an object after it. It's important to know the difference between transitive and intransitive verbs to use them correctly. You also need to know the difference between passive voice and active voice. I baked the cake. The cake was baked by me. The word cake can also be a verb. English is so complicated. And this verb is transitive, which means it needs an object and is usually passive. You can't cake something, but you can have boots caked in mud. Knowing these grammar terms can save you from many mistakes. Sometimes it's not just one verb, but a verb plus a preposition or particle like up, off, or out. The cake turned out great, or I need to cut back on sugar. These are phrasal verbs, and it's very important to learn them. You can't always know what a phrasal verb means by just looking at the verb and at the particles, like cut back on. The meaning is more metaphorical. Idioms are pretty similar. You rarely can guess the meaning of the whole phrase by just looking at the separate words. For example, sell like hot cakes is an idiom, but it doesn't make sense even if you know the words sell, like, hot, and cake. It means to be bought quickly and in large numbers. In the Longman Dictionary, you probably see the word spoken instead of the idiom. Different dictionaries use different terms. And next are adjectives and adverbs. Adjectives give us more information about people, animals, or things represented by nouns and pronouns. The cake is delicious. Adverbs are used mostly to add more information about verbs and adjectives. I ate the cake quickly. Our next word is a thesaurus. It's basically the part of the dictionary where you can find words with similar meanings. If we click on the thesaurus for cook, we'll find a lot of words that mean cooking something. Bake, roast, fry. You get the idea. It doesn't mean that you can use them all as synonyms. These words are related, but they don't mean exactly the same thing. When a word has a direct synonym, you'll notice sin written beside it, at least in the Longman Dictionary. Words can also have antonyms, words with opposite meanings. The antonym for good is bad. In some dictionaries, you'll see op or opposite instead of the word antonym. The same thing. Now let's talk about something that plays a huge role in speaking. A word being formal or informal can influence your speaking and make you sound unnatural. Many English learners study very formal, academic vocabulary and use very complicated, sophisticated words while speaking. Or they can make the mistake of using, let's say, slang in their work emails, which is also not a good thing. So when you're looking up a word in the dictionary, make sure to notice if the word is formal, informal, or maybe even outdated. Another term that is important to know is collocations. Some words just work together really well and sound natural. It's high temperature, but not tall temperature. Learning collocations is especially important to make your speaking as natural and error-free as possible. I share my favorite tools to find collocations in this video. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time with more awesome language content.